Okay, welcome, and let's get right to it. Oh, one thing I have to say is this past week has only increased my my hatred of Comcast as a company, and I believe they need to be broken up the same way AT&T was broken up for being a monopoly on phone service way back in the 80s because they are just using their monopoly. They are just abusing their monopoly status. Basically, basically, we've been after. Basically, here's my history. They were they were the ones to bring high speed line. They finally brought high speed lines out to where I live in 2017, right? They came in. Now local regulations and the contract we signed with them said that when they installed the line out at our house that they were supposed to bury it. And the state requires that all lines be buried. And our contract with them said that they were supposed to be buried. It was part of the installation fee that we had to pay. The massive installation fee, by the way. But they came here and they did not bury it. And then they said that, oh yes, we'll send out a team tomorrow to get it. The team that buries it is a different team. They'll come in tomorrow. They'll come in tomorrow. 7 months later, it was still unburied, and we were getting in trouble with the state. We had to threaten. We had to start the process of canceling our service and threaten legal action before they sent somebody out here to finally bury the wire. Then, of course, we noticed that the box they put in, it didn't have a grounding wire, and it still doesn't. And guess what? We've been on them since 2017 to put in a grounding wire, but they but but they still have not done it. And by the way, we got this installed, I think, July 2017. So it's now been over 6 years. And every time there's a lightning storm, if we don't have time to get that if it happens when we're away from the house or we don't have it, we lose a modem to them, and they send us a new modem each time, so it's costing them money. Then they kept jacking up the price on us. the then they kept jacking up the price on us. Okay, well, when they swore up and down the last time they swore up and down 3 years in 2020 when they jacked up the price. Oh yeah, you're signing a contract where your price cannot go up. This is the unlimited plan. Then they turn around and they say, "Oh no, 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 no. You're limited to 1 terabyte of data of any kind." They come back 6 months later and they start charging us obscene amounts of money for going over our 1 terabyte data limit when we looked and we did not have a data limit in our contract at all. And it's just like, and then they said, "Oh no, 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 that's not the plan. We changed things. Now the plan you need, you have to get a completely different modem for. You have to get a completely different modem, or you can't be on the unlimited plan. Also, that modem, there's an extra $15 a month fee, plus the plan costs an extra $20 a month." Well, because we need internet for other because I need internet for other people in the house, I had to agree to it. So last year they send somebody out, they get this new modem, and I asked them, "What am I supposed to do with the old modem? Do I need to mail it back to you or take it into the local Xfinity store?" The operator said, "No, no, we don't bother with those. They're just junk." So I didn't send it back. 6 months later, I realized that they've been charging me $10 a month for that modem, in addition to the modem that I have. and it's got it, and it's insane. And so finally, we get a straight answer from them, and they say, "Oh yeah, you were supposed to take that to the shop. That's why we're charging it to you." So we take it back to the shop, and that gets done. However, here's what happened this week. That's our history. Here's what happened this week. This week we had a giant thunderstorm that wasn't supposed to come in until the next day, so we had the modem connected up when we went to bed, and 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 it blew in unexpectedly early at 2 a.m. At like 2 a.m. in the morning. So there's this big lightning storm, and what happens is everything else in my house is fine. My computer is fine. Everything is fine. But but anything that was connected to that modem gets any gets that was connected to that ungrounded modem. I mean, we didn't lose power or anything, but anything connected to the ungrounded modem got fried. A second computer in my house that got completely fried. The LAN switch in my house that is used to extend lines all over my property that gets fried. So and the modem gets fried. So I call them up to get a new modem. First of all, they make me go through all the troubleshooting steps that I've already done, that they can see on their website I've already done through their digital assistant. They keep me online for an hour doing the same reset things over and over again. When I've tested this box, the Wi Fi is blinking in and out, the LAN connections just don't work at all. And the internet service keeps going on and off on it, and finally that night it went off for good, and this box just stopped working totally. But they went out, but they keep me on hold. First of all, they have me go through all these troubleshooting steps on their app. Then they have me go through the same troubleshooting steps with a machine on their thing. And every time I ask to speak to a person, despite saying put me through to an agent, which is supposed to put you through to an agent, it just kept looping me through the same troubleshooting steps. I finally had to say cancel my service. And then finally, they put me through to an agent. The agent jumps me through the same troubleshooting steps that I've just been through before I finally say before I finally tell them, okay, if you're not going to send me a new modem, then I'm going to cancel my service. Then, all of a sudden, within 5 minutes, they take down my information. Um, they take down all my information, and do and they send out the new modem. Now, the new modem gets here the very next day. So via UPS. And what pose is Shepard doing there? What on earth? What on earth was he finger gunning? But yeah, so it gets here. Only it's the old modem. The one that I can't get unlimited data with. Yeah, you know how they told me I need the new modem to get unlimited data. And what's more, the new modem has 3 times the Wi-Fi bandwidth of the old one. So yeah, so it's the old style modem, but I need internet access to go through the troubleshooting steps that they'll talk to me again. So I have to hook up the old modem that now remember the new modem I'm being charged $15 extra per month for, and and so I call them today, and they give me this runaround, and I'm like, no, I have to keep saying. I was on the phone again for an hour and a half with them today, and they were going like, and I was telling them, no, I am paying for the new modem. I want the new modem. Finally, when I tell them, when I mention that they've cost me money by frying a second computer in my house, frying a LAN switcher with their improper grounding, and all this other garbage, they finally finally scheduled for Monday some technician to come out, and he's supposed to bring the new modem. And I told him he's taking the old modems back. And I told him he's taking the old modems back with him because I'm not going to be charged rental fee. I'm not going to be charged lease fees on 3 different modems in my house. One of which doesn't work, and the other of which isn't even supposed to be used with the service with the plan I'm on. So hopefully that gets resolved Monday. But I have to tell you, my patience with Comcast has pretty much run out. I really, really, really want to see Comcast broken up. I mean, good night. This is just it's been one nightmare after another with them. I mean, there's somebody in my house that's going to college and requires high speed internet, but if that wasn't the case, if that wasn't the case, I would have learned to live without the internet. I wouldn't be broadcasting this right now. I'd go back to what I did before 2017 in a heartbeat just to avoid all the headaches with Comcast. I go back to doing my online stuff once a week, spending just an hour online once a week at the local library, just just and just not even dealing with it because Comcast, it costs you like $150 a month and you get nothing for your service. They don't bury cables, they don't properly install their equipment. Your speed is constantly being knocked for six. Their equipment, when you do get it, is substandard. They send you the wrong stuff, and it's just garbage. This is a perfect example, and yet Comcast, I I, I forget what they call it, to make it sound more consumer friendly, and how the local governments get away with it. But they basically do have a thing where they're going. They basically have this thing where they go into towns in my area and they say, "Oh, oh yeah, we'll give you a bunch of donations or something or money or whatever you want, if you'll give us the exclusive rights to be the only internet option, the only ISP in your town." And and it's in, it's just insane. It's like, and it is. I call it complete insanity. It's anti-consumer. It's anti-capitalist. Capitalism is based. People think this is capitalism, but it's not. Capitalism is based on not having any interference and there being a and people rising on merit. People and companies rising on merit. Comcast has the government out for them, stomping the competition down. So you don't have an option. So that's either use Comcast and put up with whatever garbage they decide to throw at you. Put up with whatever lousy installations, whatever they decide to do, or don't have internet at all. That's not capitalism. That's that's just another brand. That's just another brand of. That's just a type of. That's just cronyism and socialism. That doesn't have anything to do. It's just. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for venting, but it's just so frustrating because it's like, it's just these norms. It's just like, and here's the thing. I think and here's the thing. I think proper installation and being prepared for electrical storms it, isn't unreasonable. I think especially if you're going to provide a service like this on one of the coasts, you can't put it on the. Um, I really don't. I really think that it's not unreasonable on the coast to want him. Yeah, I really don't think it's unreasonable to expect not to have to go through all this rigmarole just because there's a thunderstorm, since thunderstorms are are just a part of life when you live on one of the coasts, on the coasts of any country. If Comcast doesn't want to deal with that, fine, but then they should stick to their but then they should clear off of the coasts coastal states in the US and stick to providing service for other parts of the country. That's what I do because this has just gotten nuts. Comcast maybe must be. I mean, I know people like to go down, like to give EA crap. I know people like to give EA crap, but I'm telling you, out of all the companies I've dealt with, I've had some garbage with EA too, but I've never had anything as bad as Comcast. It's like, ugh, it's insane. I mean, I'm sorry to repeat. I'm sorry to be redundant there, but it's hard to think of another word to describe a company that does something like this. So, yeah. But, yeah. But, yeah, let's. I'm guess. Yeah, but enough about Comcast and their garbage. This rant went on way too long. This rant went on way too long, and I apologize. But, I really think there needs. I'm not one who believes in government inter intervention in a lot of things. But I do think something as simple as a breakup, so that Comcast isn't some all-consuming behemoth consuming media companies and all and other things. Um, is needed. I'm not saying something vast like the government takes over the internet or ISPs or anything. I'm just saying just AT&T style breakup, because good night. Or at least not letting them go into towns and get this exclusive thing. I really hope somebody comes up with another solution to I really hope we get something to get past all this soon, because this can't go on. This just can't go on. On the bright side, it's gotten really nice. It's not too hot, not too cold today, which it was, and I'm not feeling sick like I was yesterday. So that's that also probably really annoyed me, is that it came in on a day when I when I was so sick I basically didn't eat all day. I was feeling so sick yesterday. I basically didn't eat all day. That on top of the fact that I've been dieting and and losing a losing quite a bit of weight while this is probably didn't help with my mood in dealing with Comcast. I guess it huh, maybe we should put some energy into it and check to see if this thing actually works. Hello, Turian. Hello. Uh, the only thing I will You know what? I like this design of the Citadel, and I'm really mad that they didn't keep it in the sequels. I mean, I really like this open design that feels more like a place people would actually live without going mad. Later Mass Effect games turned the Citadel into a series of hallways, and I really feel that you would go nuts if you tried to live in something like that long term. I really think people would just go nuts. And I really think this was the ideal Citadel design. I know some people don't like it because they think there was too much walking around, but there's going to be walking around in any design. They got a bit back to it in Mass Effect 3, but it wasn't. But it wasn't. But it wasn't. It wasn't the same. It was still. I still felt like I was mostly indoors, and I know the Citadel is technically indoors, but this feels like a space where it's indoors, but they tried to make it be but they made an attempt to make it feel that the designers made an attempt to make it feel outdoors. So it feels like a real place somebody would actually build on something as important as the Citadel. And I think that was really lost in the sequels. And if there's one thing, if we do get if we do get a Mass Effect 4 at some point, which I'm not sure I really want because I'm not sure I trust the current team at BioWare to produce something as good as what I'm playing now. I really don't. I mean, again, I love all three Mass Effect games. Um, but this is definitely my favorite of the Mass Effect games, and I really want some. I really would like. I I really don't trust them to produce anything this good in future. I really don't, because all the people that made. I don't think there are many. I mean, BioWare is one of those companies that I've been following, that I was playing games of, that I've been playing games of for like 25 years, and I really don't think there's really anyone left who at BioWare who is part of the old guard that BioWare made a variety of games in different franchises and different things, but they all had a similar. But they all, I don't know, I don't know how to describe something as intangible as this, but they all had this intangible feel where I don't know, they felt like BioWare to me, and that's something that I just didn't get. That and that's something I just didn't get from Andromeda or um what was that one called? That one online game that was supposed to be the big thing that was supposed to last like decades. Yeah, yeah, you see, this would have never happened. 10 years ago, there is no way BioWare would have released a game and I would have only known. And I would not, there is no way I would not have known its name. But I don't. I just. I. I don't. I'm not sure. I'll be very happy if they manage to make a fourth Mass Effect game, a fourth Mass Effect 4 that lives up to the legacy of the first three and is a good continuation of the story in some form. But I'm not holding my breath for it. It's I just won't. I don't think I. It, yeah, it's just not. It just doesn't seem hopeful, especially as they keep they keep making different vague announcements about what the direction of this game will be, And that's what happened with the last game they made was I kept getting contradictions about what the direction would be, and then it turned into it came out it became a big it just I don't like danger either, jerk. Yeah, and that's what happened with the last game, and so it felt unfocused, and I wasn't sure was it I forget what that game was, but it was like at first I thought it was going to be an only multiplayer game, then it had a single player component, but then the bulk of the gameplay was multiplayer. It was a really confused, unfocused mess. It was well, I'll probably have to take them out as part of us. I'll prob I'll probably have to take them out anyway. So come on. So I guess I will do it. I mean, I am in the side quest portion of the game. Yeah, for crying out loud. Pleasure was all yours. Not sure what she's doing here. What on earth is she even selling? Okay. Those look like flower vases from a Dollar Tree. Some Tupperware. And, what are the the Dead Sea Scrolls, maybe? And this, I'm not even. What is that like? Probably some like sports drink or something, maybe. I don't know. That's my guess. Thank goodness I don't have to do much shopping because I already have some of the best equipment in the game, and I won't come across a shop that actually has better equipment in this part, so I can at least avoid that time sink. Oh, so here's the big thing I was thinking of talking about before I got sidetracked because of, well, Comcast being Comcast. You know what? I want that statue. I want that statue for my room. or better, I'll move it around the house at like night so that it can startle people. So that it can startle people. I'll put it around. I I move it around. Every night I put it in a different room so that if somebody gets up to use the bathroom, they see this giant thing in the dark, in the pitch dark, and they go, ah! uh, but yeah, now to get to what I was thinking about talking about, which is Unity run by people who have literally lost their minds? Did everyone in charge of Unity like like bet like have a series of escalating bets with mafia figures where they bet their brains on something and lost and the mafia took their brains? Because this makes no sense. I mean, they're talking about not only charging developers for every install their game does, which means if there's a bug in the game and I have to reinstall it, the developer gets charged. But they're actually talking about charging them for every minute somebody plays the game. I mean, what on earth? I thought Unity was supposed to be the cheaper alternative, was supposed to be the cheaper alternative to engines like Unreal. I thought it was the engine of choice for indie studios who didn't have a lot of money. So I have no idea what's happening here. It feels like it I mean, it just feels I'm just like It just feels, it's just like, do they really think this is going to end well for them? Because the developers are going to have to pass those costs on to us, the consumers, which means we're going to end up with a toll meter. That's what they want. Is they want like a taxi fare meter going off in the bottom of our screen for every second that we play every game. He, the, if they want to kill, if here's the thing, if other if they do this and other studios start doing this, this is the end of gaming. People put up with the increased cost of gaming versus movie streaming and stuff simply because you can play a game many, many times. And you can it's just it feels like there are oh sure. And it's like it's just I mean if there's a fare meter going on, a lot of people that I know, a lot, will just have to stop gaming. I'll probably have to stop gaming if every game requires you to keep pay every time you start it. That's it. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why. I mean, the price of games rose to such an extent that I mainly just play games that are on Game Pass now because I mean, we all have limited resources. Everybody on Earth has a limited resources. Even people like Elon Musk and Bill Gates have a limited amount of have a little bit limited amount of money and credit to their name. Now, I'm not saying that this would. I'm not saying this would that gaming affects that. I'm just saying that it's one of those things where it's just weird. It's just really weird. I've never heard of anything like this before, especially from the people making the engine. I mean, I've heard of, I mean, I could imagine publishers trying to get away with something like this, but the engine designers, I thought they already made a ton of money off of licensing out their engines, and that was their and that was and that was how they made their and that was how I mean I realize this is just them trying to maximize the amount that that they make off of those that way, but in it's just I'm it's just what is going on? I don't understand. Because why would anybody use Unity now? It's going to cost them way more than Unreal. I mean, it. I mean, this feels like something somebody does to try and tank a company. Except it's supposed to be illegal for to deliberately tank a company. That's supposed to be illegal, but we all know, I guess laws don't apply to the elites, so this guy can. So I guess the people in the top of Unity can get away with this, but it just feels like I mean it's something that I didn't see coming because oh will bang okay. And it's just like it's just I mean this feels like somebody trying I mean it feels like a scam of some kind, honestly. I'm having trouble coming up with words to talk about this because it feels so counterintuitive to everything that would be good business, especially when there are no shortage of popular game engines out there. I mean, I know Unreal and Unity seem to be the big ones, but I don't know. I just feel like somebody's going to I feel like somebody will step in. Uh, I feel like somebody's gonna, if they do this, I think it's just going to tank their company, and somebody else is going to step in, and they'll make their own engine that's designed to be the one used by smaller and indie game devs, and development teams of one person doing it as a hobby, because the people who are the customers for Unity games don't have the money sitting around to do this, which means they'd have to pass the cost along to the consumer, which means the consumer will have to pay a fee every time they install or play a game, and it just feels like I I think they had a good thing. I honestly think business wise, Unity had a good thing going before this. I mean, they had their section of the market. I mean, it's hard to compete with Unreal Engine, but they managed to carve themselves out a niche in the market. They managed to carve themselves out a little piece of the market, but now they're deliberately making it so you know I can't picture even EA going for something like this. I mean, I know EA doesn't use Unity, but still, I mean, a company the size of EA, the only company I can only imagine companies the size of EA having the money to pay for this. But I can't imagine companies like EA saying, "Oh yeah, we'll go along with this." So I don't know who their prospective customers are after they've done this. Who do they think is going to I just don't know. It just it feels like I mean I mean who do they think I'd like to hear from them about who they think where they think this company is going in future once they chase off, the the indie devs and the small and mid-level game companies. I'd like to know because it's very confusing. This is Your name sounds made up. Oh, your name sounds made up. What is? I mean, couldn't they just, if they need more money, couldn't they just increase the standard fee they charge for buying a license to use the Unity engine and do it that way? I mean, that would seem to be more consumer friendly. Then the indie devs could still work it in. Then they could still work it into their budget, and still say, okay, we're using Unity, so our game is going to cost $10 more up front, and that would be how they conduct business. That'd be fine. And I just feel like they could be doing. Um, wait. Look at the way he pointed. See, this is what threw me. The first time I played this game, I didn't finish this quest because I was constantly looking in the consort's chambers for this guy. Because that's the direction he points. And I'm talking about the first time I played this way back when it originally launched. I got this a few weeks after launch for my Xbox 360, but he points in that direction, not in the direction that you're actually supposed to go, which is up here. I don't know how how this happened, but he points in the completely wrong direction. So yeah, I didn't finish this quest the first time I played this game because I because I mean, and I know it's kind of stupid that I didn't figure out where this guy was, but I was constantly looking in the direction he was pointing. I thought that was the game devs trying to point me in the right direction, not just a random piece of character animation playing while his lip flap animation played. That's they did it. They blew it up. Those maniacs. Whatever. Whatever. I don't talk like an old timey prospector. It's just. It just feels like I don't understand where they think their money is. Where Unity thinks their money is going to come from in future. Yep. He has got a point. I know we're supposed to find this guy annoying, but honestly, he kind of has a point. I'm just like, it's just, it's just feels, it's just no point arguing with this guy. I don't think anyway. I wonder what on a programming level is supposed to be happening in this hacking game. I've never figured it out. In Mass Effect 2, I can kind of figure it out in that you seem to be completing circuits, you know? And that you seem to be completing, you seem to be, hot wiring the doors to hack stuff. Yeah, I can see I can see it now. Woo. So I'd rather give this guy his wife's body. However, if you do that, he yeah, that affects the alliance's ability to fight Geth later on. So in the next two games. But it's like but it's like what it's like what you've I don't know. I picked up those Geth weapons and they don't really seem different. It I mean, they're not that different once you get them. This is one of those areas where the lore and then gameplay here's the problem with most games, and the lore says one thing, gameplay mechanics say another. Like they can't have you have a weapon that works completely differently and completely outclasses everything else by getting it from the Geth. So they don't. They don't. But the lore says that the Geth do have weapons like that. So eh, that's I guess that's one of the weird things about video games, I would say. What exactly did she believe in? I mean, I guess Geth not blowing up colonies. I guess was that the ideal? Was that the ideal? Was that the was that the ideal? Was that the ideal she died for? Not sure how you distill that into some sort of political movement or belief system, but whatever. I can, I could, uh, whatever. Let's move, people. See, I like walking through this. I find it relaxing, and I like those trees. Wait. Does that tree literally have? Does that tree literally have leaves as its bark? That's bizarre. Oh wait, nope. Hopefully, doing the next thing will holster this because I forget which. Is it H? Oh yeah, it's H. Some maniac is running around the citadel pointing sniper rifles at people. This isn't Saints Row. Which, yeah, big surprise. Big surprise they went out of business. Saints Row was my favorite crime game, and they ruined it with that last one. Well, I'd say Saints Row 4 went a bit too far. I'd say Saints Row 4. Saints Row 4 pushed things a little too far, and I wanted them to get back down to earth with any sequel. But I didn't want them to do what. Ugh. I didn't. I didn't want to. I. Ugh. I mean, it's no surprise. They basically turned their back and started saying, yeah, there's no way, we're giving in to you. There's no way we're giving in to the fans and giving them the type of gameplay we've always given them. What is this pre-crime? it's like, but it's like, he won't like that I didn't beat an unarmed citizen to death in the streets, but I'll try to sell him on the idea. Come on. The glory, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's much glory. Wait until you meet Javik. This what? This what? I don't know what this you just offered me. Oh well. I suppose I'll find out. Do 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 do. I love a parade. This is another thing I missed in the sequels. The idea that there's this larger world going on out there, and you sometimes have news reports, and sometimes the news reports are related to a side quest you'll do later or you've done in the past. But other times it's stuff like this that has nothing to do with anything you'll do in the game. It just adds character, and I kind of and if there is a Mass Effect 4, I'd like to see a return of that since I mean, there won't be a Reaper War on at that point, so there'll probably be so you can adopt a bit more of a relaxed tone. You don't have to go as relaxed as this, but you could adopt a tone where other things are happening, where things are happening that you don't see that are part of a larger world. You know, like like Elcor, like Elcor Hamlet and such. Wow. Here's what I want to know. I have a question. How on earth? Here's what do you do? What does Aquarian do when their nose itches? Because that drives me mad. When we had to when we had mask mandates, that was driving me. I mean, I had to actually. There were a couple of times at work. There were a couple of times at work I actually had to because they didn't want me pulling down my mask while I was working with other people. I'd actually go to the restroom to just to pull down my mask and scratch my nose out of sight of everyone because it got so distracting. I mean, I know it seems like a minor thing, but that to me would probably be the most annoying thing about being a Quarian. Would be you're in the suit, and what do you do when your nose decides to give you problems? I mean, it's just like just itch, 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 itch. Well, not really, uh, but I do need the experience points. And I do want the experience points. So, yeah. It, who would have thought undercover operations are secret? And tell this is somebody who's never watched The Departed. Thing. Let's This is gonna end up like Mark Wahlberg at the end of The Departed. Like what? I'm gonna have to rewatch that movie because I forget which ones of them were actually undercover cops, which one of them were which one of them were double crossing, which one of them were really mafia guys. All that stuff I kind of out of the I kind of it must have been years since I watched that. Have to check if it's on Netflix or something because that was a good movie. But I don't remember who did what in it. I remember Mark Wahlberg gets shot in the face in that, which I think I saw that one right after I saw The Happening and his abysmal performance in that, where we know he's innocent of murder, of trying to murder an old lady, but just listen to him in that movie. What? No, I swear. Even though I know he's not actually trying to murder someone, I swear that made me think he was going to murder. He did want to murder her just because of a way he said that. What? No. It was like he was in a completely different. It's like he was in a dark comedy about a guy trying to murder an old lady, which would have been a better movie than which would have been a better movie than The Happening was. So I was kind of annoyed at him at the time. So I found that to be a happy ending, but I can't remember if Mark Wahlberg did anything to deserve it in the movie or if the mob just got to him for being undercover. I don't remember. And nobody tell me, because now I'm going to have to look and see if this is on Netflix or something so I can watch it. Because I know I have the DVD somewhere around here, but stop being a little simp. You're acting like Chris Chan. You're going full Chris Chan here. And no one go, and you should never go full Chris Chan. He's acting like Chris Chan after a sweetheart broke up with him. She was always a troll. She was always a troll. Huh, I'll have to find out if she really is worth the effort. Is it a Are you implying that it's a place for somebody of for a short person? Sure, I can always use cash because apparently they make me. Apparently, both the Spectres and Alliance make their soldiers buy their own weapons, like we're in the Revolutionary. No, wait a second. For the most part, the Colonial Army provided their troops with 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 weapons too. So this is even lower than the Colonial Army, and the Colonial Army in the Revolutionary War didn't have any money. So what's the Alliance and Council's excuse for making me buy my own weapons and armor? I mean, George Washington was having trouble getting blankets and boots for his men, but they were still able to get bullets and guns. How come I can't get how come I can't get that? Wait, what? What's going on? Yeah. What's going on? What something is going on with one of the this has to be one of the mods. Let me try and get past this as fast as possible. I really don't want my channel to get flagged, and I really don't want people getting mad. But I didn't see this coming. Apparently you are, because the game randomly decided to take your shirt away. Like, what happened? I mean it. I have no idea what happened. I don't think I've been. I really don't think I installed any any mods that would do that. But it has to be something, or is it one of the other? I don't know. I forget all the mods I have installed on this game, but I know I didn't go looking for a nude mod here. So for her, so I'm gonna have to go, and I'm pretty sure. And I don't think that exists, so I think that's a glitch. I really think that's a glitch because I because if it wasn't, I don't know how it would work. I know I'm like uh, I'm I'm 100% certain I didn't install a mod to make that happen. So yeah, that was weird. It's like the time it's like the time in Mass Effect 2 it put Shepard in his boxer shorts. Did did one of the mods I installed did one of the other mods I installed like erase the texture file for shirt or something? that would be my guess. Is maybe a mod I installed earlier erased the textures for shirts, so it went to the next texture down or something. I don't know. Yeah, sorry about that, but I didn't see that coming. It definitely hasn't happened any other time. And I'm pretty sure. And the last time I'm pretty sure I haven't installed any new mods since the last time I played Legend since I played Legendary Edition on this PC. I'm I'm sort of yeah, I'm sort of like trying to figure out what. Sorry, sorry, I've been so distracted by this, but it's just I don't I don't see I really don't see where this came from. It's just odd when you see something like that happen. But that's the sort of thing that happens when you mod games, I guess, because you are messing with the code. It's basically like messing with the foundation of your house, and then and being surprised when once in a while when something goes wrong once in a while. But yeah, that was one of the weirder things that has happened. You're short. Who are you calling short? Shorty. I wonder if he. I wonder if I have to wonder, can these guys get up if you push them onto their back? Or are they like turtles? Do they just wave their legs in the air like turtles and go like slowly baking in the sun? Or do they just act like turtles and just slowly bake in the hot desert sun if you turn them on their back? It's I think we need to conduct an experiment. Although the game's physics engine probably does. Although I don't think the game's physics engine lets you push them over. So, yeah, people. It's just, like I didn't know that already. Boy, I'm tired. Uh, and of course, hey, whoop, 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 whoop. Hop, 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 hop. Hey. Yeah, of course they don't have a door or anything here. Because we just want random people to be able to come into, like, space traffic control and just do whatever. Random people with the most powerful weapons in the galaxy. One of the things I would have changed in Legendary Editions is edition is I know they put this. I know this was probably here as some sort of space saver, play saver or something. But now that you have more RAM to work with and such, and stuff, I probably would have put a space background there. Just my just my personal taste. I would have liked to have seen space out of that door instead of what are they controlling exactly? They look like they're look like they're they look like they're checking their. It looks like an empty shed. I mean, what is supposed to be in there? Why is there this giant room with absolutely nothing in it that has all these guys looking at it? I mean, it's just aren't aren't you like a bird species or something? So is that cold blooded? Y- you gotta have better sources of information than a bartender stripper who may not be a stripper. It may just be the game wigging out on us. All right. All right, then I will. Product. Don't ask questions. Just consume product and get excited for next product. He's a Lego maniac. Jax. Jax. He's a Lego maniac. Wow, I actually leveled up. Wasn't expecting to do that. Yep, got that. Should probably get my intimidate options up too. Dampening. Always welcome. Uh, Jax. Jax. He's a Lego maniac. Hey, I wonder if you have Krogan feet, does it hurt more or less if you step on a Lego? What do you think? Or do you think a Krogan would just grind a Lego to dust? Because, or do you think a Krogan would just grind the Lego to dust under his sheer body weight? I'm not 100% sure how much a Krogan weighs, but I'm not sure it would be enough to grind a Lego to dust. But then again, it might with body armor. I mean, these things are chunkier than Master Chief. And isn't he supposed to weigh like half a ton? Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm sure. Sure. And I meant that sincerely. Sorry if it sounded sarcastic. I really meant that sincerely. I really try to keep my customers happy. You can't handle the truth, human. You can't handle the truth, human. He'll, uh, I guess I won't get to commit murder today. Too bad. I was looking forward to that. For, ugh. They self the. Good night. Our we established our galactic government on a station run by suicide bombing insect things. Okay, then we'll we'll I'll try not to have a my fault exactly, but the game won't let me. Fault exactly, because the game. Sorry, but the game won't let me. Plus, it will help to complete the subquest. I mean, it may be called sunk cost fallacy, but hey, I have gone in this far. I might as well finish. Sunk cost fallacy. Yeehaw! Up, 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 and down. Let's see where this goes. Let's go. C-Stack, let's go. Wonder if this costs as much as. Wonder if this costs as much as Uber. How are you supposed to sit on these chairs? Well, Shepard doesn't really have a sitting animation, so I can't figure that part out. Keeper. Well, I figured it's finders keepers. Well, you mean make sure he's all right, or are you being facetious? Or are you being facetious there? You know. Do you mean take? Do you mean please take care of him, or please take care of him? You see, the inflection really says it all in that sentence. Yeah. How hard is it to go shopping? You couldn't have sent any other officer to give this guy money and take something from him in exchange? Do your officers really not know how to do grocery shopping? Integrity. Yeah, boy, let go. Oh, come on. That seems like a good way to get shot in a police station. Hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button and boom. Let's go. Let's go. Flux. Let's go, Flux. Let's go. Let's go, Flux. Let's go. Kick him out of my place, but don't kick him too far out of my place. Just let him stand around at the door. Can you imagine if stores dealt with shoplifters this way? Okay, just get out of the section you were shoplifting in. You can still stand by the front door. You can still stand inside the store at the front door. But the way I phrase it is legally distinct from cheating. That is a very important that is the best kind of distinct. This guy has. I don't think this guy has seen the movie Casino, because if he did, he would never try cheating at a casino. So it's illegal to use the system, but it's not illegal to. So it's illegal to use the system, but it's not illegal to sell it. I'm pretty sure I can take these two. I'm pretty sure I can take the two guards that are in this place. You don't. Oh, for crying out! Why? Because she goes around topless. Yep. Thank you for having a shirt on this time. All right, now trying to win at this 5 times to let's see. Okay, I'm gonna need it. That one seems like this. Ah, good night. Play again, yeah. This is gonna end up costing me a fortune. And I may have developed a gambling addiction. Thank you, Subquest. Yep. uh, only 50 credits run for all that work. Nope. Need to go to a different machine. You don't see anyone. How rigged is this game if you don't normally see people winning a pitiful amount like 50 credits? Ugh. And I'm losing a lot of credits too. Does how come you don't? How come you don't? How come you don't find my losing suspicious? This is just random number generator of a game. I find it hard to believe. This just seems like random number generator of a game. Would this really be that popular? How come there's no mid stake? How come there's only low and high stakes? Wouldn't there be a mid stakes? Hey, I don't want to have my fingers sawed off, so nope. I'm done. Wouldn't wouldn't Tally the engineer be the natural one to do that? I don't know. I I hello. course. I'm not an idiot. Yeah. Yeah. Plus the 6,000 credits I got as a warrant. Now I have to take the elevator for this next part. Again, this is a part that I wasn't able to complete the first time I played it because I used the rapid transit to get everywhere, and yeah. But if you use your rapid transit, you can't complete the subquest. The, weren't the Quarians nearly wiped out by the same people who near? Wouldn't the Quarians be our allies in the fight with the Get? Be our biggest allies in the fight against the Geth? Not the other way around. I mean, really, if you think about it. See, you miss this if you use rapid transit to get around. All right, let's move. Actually, it's not that urgent. Wait. Corruption and organized crime are linked? What groundbreaking reporting is this? What reporting is this? I mean, really, is this news to anyone on the planet? Or not? Who cares? Ooh, that's. Am I the only one who misses mall fountains? When I was a kid, they were everywhere. There were two malls in my area. They both had big fountains. Now the shopping malls barely exist, let alone their fountains. Okay, now this is one you'll want to save that I always save before completing, simply because the end part of this quest is really a trial and error thing. I mean, I call it a puzzle, only it's not really a puzzle because in a puzzle there you sort of have clues as to a proper solution, whereas this you're just trying things until it ends. 100%. Oh God. Yeah. For crying out loud. You're an AI who's a suicidally depressed, apparently. Yeah, they're talking about all the ways we're going to develop AI and how all the ways AI is going to be take over for humans. I won't truly believe AI can take over for humans until we make an AI that has an existential crisis, and gets suicidally depressed, and then I don't know, and I don't know, plugs itself into a wall outlet during a thunderstorm without any sort of surge protection. That's when I'll believe AI has made it, and when I, yeah, I mean really, that's when I'll believe we have made it. Hmm. Oh. Um. Um. Up. 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 Right. Up. Right. Up. Right. Up. Maybe down. Up. Right. Up. Down. Maybe up. Right. Up. Down. Okay, there. That does it. See, it's process of elimination. It's really process of elimination here, and it's just going to keep going. So yeah, so that's why I save, because sometimes you can just run out of time to make guesses. So yeah, that's a thing that can happen. And did I get this one? I can't remember. Sorry, folks. I can't remember if I got that one or not. That's the one. If I leave the Citadel without completing the scanning quest, that's usually the one I've missed. Because he's tucked away in that corner there. That doesn't really lead anywhere important, so that's usually where it gets me. I don't. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh do remember me, oh glory, do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Oh, see, I like having the trees everywhere in this version, because I feel like you do that or you go mad living in space. I really don't think people would last long in the sterile interiors of, say, something like Star Trek. I mean, I love Star Trek, but yeah. So I got them all. Human apology. I love you guys. They need to let you ride one of these like Yoshi in the next game. They want to sell Mass Effect 4. Have you riding one? Have you riding an Elcor at one point? I can see it now. This is humiliated, human. So you tell all your secrets to a hooker? Anyone can discover my secret. Wait, mystery destroyed. Good night. Well, you think? Why is everyone such a simp when they get around her? Why is everyone be? Why is everyone acting like a spoiled simp? Oh, oh, let me get. Oh, you better improve your attitude, or I'm not going to bother saving you in the third game. It's like good night. Then insult somebody. That's the polite way to do it. And uh, now I don't like this guy's attitude, but I have to say he does have a point about that. Yeah, I mean, we're all having to obey laws made by larger species, and we don't get a say in it. So yeah, great, great favor. We're getting wiped out left and right, and they're like, "Nah, you shouldn't be here anyway." They're basically going rumph, rumph. Every time a human says something, they go rumph. They basically respond with harumph. Who cares? How other we are looked, council. Oh boy, you just said the word. Good question considering how long they've been around, but hey, that's a very good question. Wait, I'm just like, oh, well then never mind. So there. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, I could look it up on Wikipedia, but you know what that place is like. Yeah, last year we were a hectarchy. That was confusing. I don't know how I could have been more friendly to that guy. Good night. Told me on dinosaurs. All right. All right. Oh, did I just click on this? Oh well. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I can really tell when because you're talking like droopy dog. Yes, I know. We just explained that, but it's a joke. He does sound like droopy dog. You know what? I'm happy. Ooh. I'm gonna keep. Well, do you really want to know? Do you really want that whole disgusting thing? Well, active is relative. I never see you guys walking around. Oh yeah, because it's been a blast so far. Getting shot at, stupid fetch quests, bringing messages to people. Where are the cell phones? You know, if half these people would just talk to each other before flying off the handle, I wouldn't need to solve. I wouldn't have any problems to solve. But I guess that's too much to ask these days. Let's move, move, move. Yeah, let's go. The hookers. Mainly the hookers. That's why I'm here. Hookers, that's why I'm here. We're hookers on a fire. I'll give you something for another side quest. If when I, you, well, that and your main character status. Okay, what's going on? Oh, yeah, I never clicked on this option before. I always just said thanks and left. I didn't know. I like to do when I'm doing a let's play. I like to. Well, guess that answers my question about what happens if you select that option. Wow, wow, that's cold. All things being considered, that was cold. Um, so to max out my intimidate, I need to level up at least once more in this playthrough. Hey, that guy's wearing pink. It takes a brave lizard man to wear pink. Lizard man, and lizard man. There's, what, you think water would be a limited resource that they wouldn't waste, but I'm guessing not. That's oh shoot! I went the wrong way. I should have gone down there. Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. We're There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. A bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like reaching right clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, beautiful day. Bio encourage. Uh, but in other words, they didn't ask her what her level of education was. They deferred asking about it. Turned out she couldn't read or write, and her math skills were rudimentary at best. This doesn't seem much like honoring her. Wait, but I thought that was my mission. An hour and a half ago, that was my mission. Now it's don't even bother. So what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Uh, you idiot. Oh, stop him. Great idea. Then we can hold her hostage, and if Sarah and Benezia don't surrender, we'll kill her. Yeah, I need to complete my crew anyway. Shut up, Houdina. Yeah, but I'm a Spectre now, which means I'm outside your chain of command, so shut it. It's more gasping dramatically as a cartoon character is more my thing. Dramatic gasping, that's my thing. It turned out to be a bad choice. Ah, yeah, we need backstory to motivate me to get the villain. And kicking Gar and kicking Goliath and kicking Goliath off of the ship. That's more than enough motivation for me. Bum. But you know how stealth missions go in an FPS in a shooter. Yeah, that sounds like most of my stealth missions in shooters. That's are they descri- are they describing something Theron did or something I did in the game? For crying out loud. Mr. Motion. You really need to hire Perry Mason. He could have cleared your name. Your Honor, my client was clearly no. Your Honor, I can prove that my client was nowhere near the explosion and that he did not blow Saren's cover. He kept saying, I'm gonna. I should have caught on when he kept saying on the shuttle ride down, I'm gonna blow this refinery to pieces. Ah, is that our first I should go of the trilogy? Because that's pretty much Shepard's catchphrase. I should go. I should go. Not great. Well, that was quick. Back room. Oh no. Commander Shepard. I love this. Giving to deliver a Kirk style speech is awesome. Can't fail. Or there won't be any more games in the series, and EA and EA's stock value would tank. We can't have that. We can't have that, can we? Now I kind of do the subquest first because because otherwise I tend to forget about them. So yeah, but I guess one of the mods I downloaded improves the map because I don't remember the map doing this last time. But I think I'm gonna save that for another playthrough because I really need to get up and stretch my legs, and it's nice outside, so I want to do some, so I want to get out there. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Which will, oh, I'll just listen to this. Oh, for crying out loud! I'm no longer in your chain of command. Why on earth am I having to solve all your problems? Oh, for crying out loud! I am so sick of Sora. Don't we have a don't So if we have AIs in the future, does that mean this? Does that mean that the Screen Actors Guild and the Writers Guild of America are still on strike 200 years in the future? All right. For crying out loud, they just love wasting your time with these briefings. Mm. This conversation should have ended like two paragraphs ago. Good night. All right.